Hey y'all, it's Anime Caveman, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 10th episode of the Quintessential Quintuplets, and this episode was mighty fine. And that's, gotta say, I like how in this episode you had some good comedic moments here and there spliced in with Futaro trying to be nicer because he's doing things accidentally that kind of sets off the quintuplets. In most situations, it really isn't his fault. So I kind of like that, how he tries to make these fake smiles at the end, and then Ichigo's like, okay, that's just creepy. So I like that because, for one, I feel the humor in this episode was natural, because in the first few episodes, Futaro, he said things that set off people, and it got people to be angry at him. So I'm liking how now he's trying to self-improve in that regard. So I think it's a good progression of his character. So that's why I thought this episode was good from a character perspective, because you get to see some Futaro character development, and then simultaneously you get to see some character development in the front of Ichigo, because I like how in this episode, near the end, we pretty much almost got confirmation that she has feelings for Futaro, because while she didn't have any monologue specifically saying that or any dialogue lines, when Futaro's thinking of whether to dance with Nino disguised as a fake relative, or whether he decides to dance with Ichigo, I like how he says stuff. I like how when he said, well, we can call off the dance, and then you have Ichigo actually crying, and I kind of like that way the anime is portraying information, because it isn't just spoof feeding us information down our throats, treating us like fucking idiots, because there are a few animes that sometimes do treat their audiences as if they were young children or stuff like that, when it's pretty obvious. And like on this episode, through its visual, it portrays that, yeah, Ichigo does like Futaro, even though she hasn't necessarily realized it herself yet, but subconsciously she does. So that was also another cool development from a character standpoint when it comes to Ichigo. So that was also another nice element about this episode that I really appreciated. And I also like how in this episode you get to see more layers of Futaro's character, like how he has joy in scaring people. That was pretty hilarious. And I also like how this episode shows some of the sweet side of Nino, because in the first half you have Futaro pretty much has a wig, and then Nino mistakes him for the boy that she saw in the photo a few episodes ago. And then it's funny how Futaro makes things, puts himself in the deep shit when he's all like, oh well, when he tries to make himself seem like someone else, and then he pretty much ends up in a situation where Nino thinks that that's Futaro's relative. So I thought that was also hilarious, and it was a good build up from the event that happened a few episodes ago. And I like how it's also showing off the consequences of lying, because since Futaro made that lie, he's probably going to get himself into some deep shit probably later on in this anime, and I cannot wait. So I kind of like that too, how this anime can integrate plot and humor simultaneously off of character flaws. Most animes, when they try that, they either fail or they have jokes that don't necessarily fit in with character development or plot. So that's another good thing about this episode, and that's why I also thought, aside from it doing well in the character standpoint, I also did well in the story standpoint too, because aside from getting me some laughs, it got the story moving along at the very least. And now we're gonna have a moment where Ichigo and Futaro are by themselves in the cabin shit, so that's gonna be interesting to see where that leads to. And that's why I also felt I did well from the story standpoint. I thought I made some decent progress. Now, as for the animation, it wasn't hyper strong, because there were a few stills here and there, but when the scenes had to be somewhat decently animated, like when Futaro was scaring, when Futaro and Yotsuba were scaring people, it at least looked pretty decent, too well sometimes. And the art was nice as always, and that's what I like about this anime. At the very least, there's not really sequences where I thought, oh man, the main character's off model, because while yes, sometimes background characters kind of look derpy, at the very least the main cast almost always never looks derpy. So I gotta give credit to the animators to at least doing that much. As for the voice cast, they did a great job this week. Not denying it, they always do a great job each and every episode, but I always gotta acknowledge that effort, because they always make great efforts and they always succeed. And I'd say overall, I thought this episode was pretty darn good, and I'm gonna rate an 8 out of 10. Definitely above average, and I'm really gonna anticipate episode 11. So anyways, guys and gals, these are my thoughts on the episode. Comment on your thoughts in the comment section below on the episode. Rate the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Subscribe for more. Alright, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.